Okay, you lot, so today we'll be testing the changes that happened in the 1.0.3 update. Now, it did introduce a mid-run save feature, which is an amazing feature in my opinion, right? And it's probably one of the most requested ones. But they also sneakily added an update that I'm not a big fan of, and that is massive nerfs to King Leo. So first of all, third skill has been drastically nerfed. So yeah, you can see all of the changes here. You can see that several kings have been changed, but the biggest changes were to Leo. So first skill ability cooldown has been increased from 1 second to 40 seconds, which means we no longer have the ability to quickly spam the upgrades with his first skill as soon as we upgrade his third skill, right? But even then, we will have a lot of trouble upgrading the third skill as well, because they have increased the costs a lot. So the first and second upgrades, the costs for those are now double. So from 100 wheat and wood to 200, from 200 to 400. Third upgrade increased by 150%, so from 100 flour and metal to 250. This one I can agree. I feel like this one, especially when you sell after the second upgrade, you could get it pretty much instantly, right? And then the fourth upgrade from 300 metal and flour to 600. So yeah, big nerfs. So what we're gonna do today is basically we're going to go into threat level 10 using Leo. We're gonna be using possibly the strongest troops that we can find, and of course a classic at this channel, and that will be the Geese, right? But maybe I'll try to combine it with a few worms here and there. We'll see based on RNG on what troops that we get. And yeah, we'll see how he performs with the massive nerfs to the first and the third skills, right? So yeah, just as per usual, let's get started. So the big problem I see right now is, I will take the water. I think that will boost the production a lot. The big problem I see with this now is, first of all, we are gonna get way weaker troops overall from the extra draft. Another thing, I kind of have to start selling the buildings already, because there is a big cooldown, and that big cooldown means that I am not gonna be able to sell them before the trader shows up, right? Like, I won't be able to spam trades as soon as that happens, because I will have to wait for the cooldown to come up. So yeah, we're not gonna wait too long, and we're gonna have to start selling as soon as we have the option to. Of course, this means that we are gonna be getting way less resources from the selling. We're gonna be getting way less morale, but maybe this will change the strategy a bit and will make it a little bit more streamlined, right? So let's see how we do. The biggest concern I have with this change, right, is the fact that it's gonna be a little bit hard early game, right? I'm not too worried about the late game once we get like the goose and all of that, right? What I'm mostly, of course I didn't get the wine. What I'm mostly worried about is early game, right? Until we have the ability to actually build the geese, that could be a little bit scary, right? Because if my troops die, I kind of don't really have any backup, right? Like, if these musketeers, if these militias die, like, what am I gonna do, right? So I'm a bit worried about that part, but we'll see how it works, right? We're slowly gonna stack up. I'm gonna wait for this one. I have an upgrade coming soon, so we might as well wait for that. Okay, these ones we'll be able to deal with, but yeah, we have to really be careful with our troops, because if they start dying, it's gonna be really problematic. And also, because if the troops start dying this early on, this means that the troops that I can get from the extra draft are gonna be weaker overall as well. So we have to be mindful of that. See, now the strategy is, do I go for the second field or do I start for the research? I think I might have to start with the research, and try to get an early Geese going. Because if I go for this, right, I'm perfectly fine going for a second upgrade. But if I do go for the second upgrade and if my troops die along the way, I'm kind of left without anything. And I would prefer to get the duck building before the trader comes up. So I will probably go for one trader, see if we can pull a duck building in there. And for this one, I'll probably go for another crop, because we will need a bunch of crops to actually build the building. So we will also need grapes, so let's take some of that. Okay, this one we'll be able to deal with as long as they kill this really quick. Please focus on that. Okay, we have plenty of Danadi, so technically we could reroll. We'll have 40 hair, 10 hair. I don't mind rerolling once, just to make sure that we get it. And also it seems like we might have to go for a little bit of an early... we might have to go for a little bit of an early gold push as well. Okay, do we get... do we reroll? I'm gonna reroll once. Oh, perfection, perfection, perfection. Okay, we have that. Let's go for production now. Okay, so I need grapes, wood, and wheat. That is gonna be a bit annoying to get, but I think we can manage. Do I sell the market for a guaranteed upgrade? That's the question though. If I sell, I'll be guaranteed 2 upgrades, which I really like. So yeah, I'm gonna sell it. We'll get the market later on. I do get the vision from the gold upgrades, which I don't mind, so we'll do that. You can spawn another troop. Yeah, it really feels like you're not gonna be able to push those early resources as much. But I think it should still be quite doable. Okay, we have 2 swordsmen. We'll kill the swordsman and we will have the double geese upgrades, which I really like. Let's place water here for now. Okay, capacity and cheaper. Both of the upgrades I really like. And you know what? The crossbow don't seem too bad here. Because I will be struggling with troops early on. I'll do that. And do I want to take some metal? Metal for early gold would not be a bad idea as well. Especially because we do have the advisor that gives us some extra... What's it called? Some extra denari, right? So for this one, I'm gonna be placing the second research table now. We're going for resources. We need wood, we need wheat, and we need a bunch of grapes. Yeah, we'll do that. So we'll go double resources. Once I have the clay, I will probably push for getting the... what's it called? For getting the market. Okay, we have some clay. We have enough clay, so we won't need to build the clay one. We have 50 metal, which is 150 gold. That's still not enough. Okay, we have the wheat mine, so I will go for the market now. Try to get the market going. We'll also place the actual wheat farm in there. It's not efficient at the moment, but we can't really do much about it. Because we are on a cooldown. 6 goblin bandits. I'm not a big fan of that, so... do I keep up? I'm a bit worried that they will die, but let me see how much damage I can do. Okay, not bad, not bad, not bad. A temporary toad, I do not mind that either. We do need as many temporary troops as we can get. Grape bushes, maybe. This one we don't care, and... Okay, yeah, we have to be really careful with the troops that we choose now. So let's do that, and... Shaman. I think I'm okay with getting the Shaman. Not gonna risk these yet. Could be a bit annoying. Okay, we do have some extra troops, so I don't mind that. We have some extra troops. Do I want to place the bushes yet? If I place the bushes, I will get some early grapes and we will be able to get our first geese going. So I think that could be a good shout. Let's do that, get some early grapes and we'll be able to push for it. We have the market, perfect, so we can go back to regular resource production. Try to get a sawmill going. We will have enough for... okay, let's sell off the buildings that actually give us upgrades, because we don't want that going. And we have this. The question is, do I go for the geese or do I push? Problem is, if I build this, I won't have the limit. I won't have the troop limit to actually build it. So would it be wise to go for the second upgrade now? Would it be wise to go for the second upgrade? I'll take the grapes now. Okay, we do have the sawmill. I'll probably place the sawmill as soon as this expires. Although I do need a market as well. Oh, it's getting a bit difficult now. It's getting a bit difficult to choose. Okay, we'll deal with that easy. We're still gonna take premium resources for now. Okay, next wave is easy. This we can deal with the little scarecrow, so that's not an issue. Yeah, I guess we're gonna wait for that. I'm thinking of just doing the market, to be honest. I'm thinking of just doing the market, push division a bit, and see what happens then, I guess. We do want to sell that. Yeah, I'll place the market for now, sell the flour. Try to boost up the 5th vision so we can... 5th and maybe even the 6th one? Because the upgrades are gonna be a little bit expensive, so... I do not mind the scarecrow, I do not mind the scarecrow. Also have to continue selling stuff. So we're gonna be continue selling all of the, like the basic fields. Yeah, we have this coming up. And I do not have any wood production, which I don't like. So we're gonna have to dedicate that to wood, I think. And I would prefer to instantly boost it as well if possible. So as soon as that disappears, I'm probably gonna place the tile enchanter. This one is gonna be a bit annoying, so we will place the scarecrow. That should be relatively okay. Yeah, they're all one shot, that's okay. We have the final goose upgrade, but let me see. Nothing too good here, so yeah, we'll take the goose upgrade. We'll take the goose upgrade and stick with that. We have fully upgraded goose by now. We'll boost up the forest tile that we'll place. There we go. Look how long it is taking to sell everything though, wow. These ones do a lot of damage, so I will place that as well. Just to weaken them so that my troops don't die too much. Oh, okay. Block the damage, sure. We'll take the attack speed because we will have some goose by now, so we should be okay. Whatever for that. Okay. I do want to stack the squishy troops here, I guess, because I should be able to have geese by then. We'll take tanky dude here and I guess the tanky dude here. And I suppose we can also place this because I'm confident I'll have goose by then as well. Take the basic productions just so we can sell them. Okay, so what do I need for goose? I need a little bit of wood. We should have that going soon. Yeah, perfect. Let's do this. Release some geese into the wild. Although I kind of... You know what? It's okay. We can let our troops die in this wave. And whatever dies will replace with the goose. And yeah, continue selling for gold. I'll probably try to rush this because I'm still a bit far off from getting 400 of wood and Sweet. Yeah, we're able to deal with this. It kills a lot of our melee tools, but that's not an issue really. We can finally release some goose. Sure, let's take the weakness. So wait, do the archers take up space? Oh, it's these dudes. Oh, it's these dudes that's taking space. Okay, there we go. We got our geese going, so that's perfect. I do want to upgrade the tiles that I have right now. I know it's expensive, but I would prefer to work with upgraded tiles. I do need the vineyard as well. We will need it for the geese, so I'll keep that. I can probably start going for more geese. Yeah, oh, that is a nasty wave. I'm not gonna lie, but they should be able to deal with it. Yeah, goose. Hey, the one thing they didn't touch is goose damage, right? So I'm happy with that. Okay, I was thinking, what are they even fighting there? Champion upgrade, perfect, and I guess probably won't use it, but I'll take the fuel pump because why not? Maybe we'll build up some legendary tiles, I don't know. But yeah, in terms of gold, okay, so we sell the flour, we sell the metal, we will have enough gold for the 6th vision upgrade. We do have to keep selling the stuff we don't actually want though, because that can stack up the price quite a bit, and I would prefer to not have that. Oh, it killed the geese. It killed all of the geese, holy. We really actually, yeah, we need the 2nd geese building, to be honest. I don't want my, what are they called? I don't want my musketeers to die, because my musketeers buff my geese a lot. Oh yeah, that's not looking good, that's not looking good. Let's move the wells here for now, they're inactive anyway. This is also empty. I guess I can place this temporarily. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, my musketeers are dead. Wow, it's how difficult to get troops now. Okay, it kills that. Wow. Okay. Wow. Oh, wow. I'm really struggling now. Yeah, well, more of my musketeers are dead. That's not ideal. We really need to push for the troops. We really need to push for the troops. And also, I have to sell. I have to sell. I have to sell, otherwise I'll get upgrades for what I don't need. Can we deal with that? No, we won't be able to get it. We have to sell that as well. Is it actually gonna kill the... No, it won't kill all of the goose. Oh, it's getting rough. Rider healing, we'll take that. And I guess we can take both of the upgrades because these aren't exactly great. So yeah, we'll take the upgrades. Geese have been killed again. We do have the upgrade. Do we go for the upgrade, I'm thinking? I think we have to go for the upgrade. I'm out of wheat though. I'll go and start to quickly push for the last goose. Yeah, we need one more goose as soon as possible. There we go, perfect. We have some goose now. And we do need... Okay, we're making the resources to build it. Go for the metal. Yeah, now it's gonna cost 250. That is gonna... absolutely ridiculous. It's a boss already. It's a boss already. Boys, I'm not gonna lie. This is the strongest strategy that I have. And it is struggling. Like, it is struggling hard. Wow. Yeah, I mean, there's... Problem is, even if I debuff him with spells, right? It doesn't really help much. It doesn't really help much. I'm also out of wine. That's a massive problem. Because we don't have... Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to release Goose now because they're just gonna die. I'm gonna have to wait for him to reach my castle, then release the geese. Then try to... Oh wow, this is difficult now. We have the vision upgrade, that's pretty nice. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait. I'll probably debuff, I'll probably buff. Boom, boom, and boom. Yeah, our castle is gonna be taking some massive damage here. Probably gonna have to place the healing pool as well. It's very hard to place the healing pool with Geese, unfortunately. Yeah, we have the second Geese building. I guess we don't have heady wheat to produce them though. We can do that, I guess. Oi, oi, oi. Oi, oi, oi. Yeah, we will be able to kill this. Alright, we will lose some Geese along the way, but it's okay. I don't know, boys. I'm thinking that maybe if I'm struggling with the strongest troop... Oh, that's perfect. If I am struggling with the strongest troop in the game, I feel like the Nerfs may have been a bit too much, you know? They may have been a bit too much. Okay, so let's go for this. Let's go for this and the infrastructure. We're also going for the artifact for sure. So I'll go in here. Let's do this, we'll do it here, and can combine these, I guess. I'll wait on the rest because I'm still a little bit on the squishier side, you know. We will take the wine because we don't have any, and wine gives us more production actually. And there we go. Okay, we have to start selling some stuff. I'll take the wheat because we do need the wheat for... I'll place the productive tile. This was wheat, so we'll put some more wheat. And what else can we put in here? What else can we put in here? I'll probably... Well, I don't even know what to put there. I could put a second sawmill. That would sort of boost my troop limit a bit more. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. Temporarily, at least. And get the second troop going. And yeah, I mean... I don't know. Gonna be a little bit rough. Let's finish selling the flour and we can move this out of the way because we don't exactly have anything to place there anyway. Let's place more geese and let's produce those geese real quick. Okay, we have quite a few geese running by now, so that's somewhat decent, I suppose. Take some flour because we'll need the gold later on. We have to upgrade the limit. Okay, yeah, we can fit 9 geese now. All 9 are out from what I can see. They will wipe this wave pretty easily. Yeah. I think once you get like 2 to 3 geese barracks going, that should be okay. But before that, you're gonna struggle a lot. So yeah, let's continue selling stuff just so we don't get any upgrades for it. There's no upgrades. Okay, we have to sell everything until we reach the Wandering Trader. That wood is expiring, so we'll replace that in a second. And the fight itself looks pretty good so far. Yep. Perfect. Artifacts, spells we don't care about. This one we also kind of don't care about. I'll just take the spells. Maybe we'll get something good, I don't know. Take the crystals for now, I guess. I might just place the grapes here just so we... Yeah, just so we can start farming them. Because we will need them for the geese buildings anyway. Maybe I push for the refinement upgrade, I'm thinking. Could be a decent idea, I suppose. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. Tile enchanters I do like. Let's take the vineyard. This one will sell. Yeah, I think Vineyard is a shout right now. Yeah, from this point onwards, right, I'm not too worried much about like losing. Right? I feel like once you have quite a few troops going, you should be okay. But until then, it's gonna be very, very difficult, right? What we're gonna do is we're gonna place even more geese now. Do I place it on a productive tile? I guess I could place this first, right? And also we need to sell some stuff. So we need to sell this. Need to sell this. Looks like you will need to be selling a lot more stuff with just this option instead of his first skill, right? Because you simply, if you're producing with 2 blueprint tables, you simply won't have enough cooldowns to sell with just the first skill. Okay, pretty good. I mean, Sawmill we definitely need. We'll need to push for the upgrades. I like this. I like this. Fireworks I don't really care about that much, so I'll probably take the upgrade. Yeah, it should be okay. Pretty good buys so far. Can continue selling stuff. Nothing here, so we'll sell this dude. What I want to do is clear some of these as well, if possible. Or start clearing, I guess. We'll do this and this. So we have 12 geese in total now. Continue picking this stuff. We can place another one. But I don't want to place it here because this will be my main production circle. So I'm just gonna clear this. And I'm gonna start moving all of my geese buildings to the side. So we do this, perfect. And now we are gonna do... Wait, so I'm probably gonna try to go for something like this when I have to produce troops. Or maybe even this, just to touch the wheat field. So we can move this there, here, here, and we can place this here. Perfect, so let's get rid of the cooldown real quick. And we can do this. We have the trader. No, we don't have the trader. Okay. I just want to make sure that we sell all of the stuff that we don't need before the trader comes. So let's take... Ooh, building upgrade. Perfect. And then we can go for a lot of squishy stuff. Stack all of the stone dudes in one. We can stack the wizard stuffs in another. And then stack more melee troops in here. I'll take this. I'm not able to sell them fast enough anyway, right? So there's really no point in me taking that. Okay, I do want to put this here if possible, because during the next upgrade I'll most likely be expanding into there. I'm probably gonna try to save for the defilement upgrade. Honestly, I'm thinking that the last one, I'm not even gonna bother with it, to be honest. I think it's a little bit too expensive, right? Because if I get it by the time like wave 400 arrives, I'm only getting an increase from 4 morale to 5 morale, right? Which is nothing. And then I'm getting a troop upgrade from, I believe it's the mushroom, from the mushroom to the hydra. Or not the hydra, the griffon. Which, again, I don't really care about the griffon that much, so I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth even pushing for the last upgrade, to be honest. So there's that. We have the vineyard. We definitely don't need all of those vineyards. And we can move something here. We can move something, although I don't want to touch that. Okay, we're not gonna move it yet. We're just gonna wait for the gold. Now that I'm thinking, do I even want to push for the third upgrade? Because troops wise, the goose are more than enough, right? The troops wise, goose are more than enough. Also, what I want to do is push this here so it boosts both of those. And then I guess we'll boost that for now. Let's also produce a little bit of extra geese. Because yeah, like these pumpkins, right? Like they're there. They're not exactly doing much. They didn't even get next to the troops. So do I really need them? When you think about it, right? Do I really need them? Probably not. So that sort of removes the king's second skill out of the picture, right? We no longer pretty much care about it, apart from maybe like the first 100 weeks or something like that. And if we don't care about that, we are gonna be running this 24/7 anyway. So the early upgrades, by the time I'm able, like look at this, I haven't even sold my small stuff yet. Which I do at pretty much the very beginning of the game. So is there really any need for it to upgrade? Because I'm not gonna be able to get rid of all of the upgrades anyway. I'm highly debating whether it's even worth upgrading that at all. Because I don't think it is. I genuinely don't think it's worth upgrading anymore. Yeah, this, we can take whatever, doesn't matter. The tornado, I do not mind the tornado. What I do want to get rid of is this little field here. Because I do want to place another, what's it called, another geese training. Come on, not that, not that. I need the other one, There we go. A little bit of extra geese. Yeah, I think vision is gonna be way more important than the king upgrade. So, okay. Instead of the swamp, I will replace that with the market. I'm gonna use. Okay, wait, let me see. Damage, that's a lot. See, like I'm getting stuff that I don't want. Mushroom crab. I didn't even clock it that I have that. I do have a lot of temporary drops, so I'll take this as well. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a fan of the nerfs. I think first skill nerf, I think it's okay. Second skill nerf, I have a feeling it was a bit too much, and my reason for that is by the time I'm able to upgrade it, right? If we're just using like the resource rewards from just picking with his first skill, right? If we're just using the resource rewards, by the time I'm able to upgrade this to max level, it's gonna be the end of the run anyways. So there's really no point for me to upgrade. I feel like they overdid the third skill a bit. First skill, I agree. I mean, you were able to just stack up so much. 40 seconds, debatable whether 40 is a good. I would say maybe like 20 to 30, because as you can see, I would sell half of the stuff I have here, and I'm just not able to. So that one is a bit debatable as well. What I would do is I would keep the same refinement cost as before. I would lower the cooldown of this to maybe like 20 seconds, right? So that it's actually possible to sell stuff, because at the moment it is not possible to sell everything. And what I would do to nerf him is I would lower, I would say, the building productivity and the damage, right? Because he does have the ability to stack a lot of morale. What I would do is, instead of just getting insane numbers for morale from just selling the buildings, I would probably lower the bonuses from morale by like half, right? Like so, 0.25% for extra. Are we seriously gonna leave him at? Come on. Yeah, I would lower the morale effect by half, and what I would do is I would lower probably the morale that you actually get, right? I would cap it maybe at like 2 per cell. That way you don't have to think about whether you want to rush that, whether you want to sell that. So you could constantly just keep using the first skill and do it like that. But yeah, I think at the moment, Duration, maybe a little bit too high on the first skill. Price on the third skill, definitely too high. Because if we're looking at Endless, sure, right? Like, you will definitely be able to upgrade by the time you enter Endless. But in a normal run, you are not gonna upgrade it to max. It's simply not worth it, because by the time you are able to upgrade to max, you're kind of no longer benefiting from it. So, yeah, I would say that's like sort of my thoughts on that, right? That do keep in mind that I am pretty much a exclusively Leo player since this game came out, right? So there is that, right? Maybe I'm biased, I don't know, let me know in the comments. But I feel like they overdid, especially with the third skill, a bit too much, right? Because unless you are fully building up on the production of flour and metal, which, first of all, the upgrades it gives, right, are not even that worth it, right? The troop upgrade, you're not using those troops to actually battle. You're using those troops to supplement your team a tiny bit, right? And yes, what is this pumpkin gonna do when I have 15 goose, right? Like, genuinely look at this pumpkin in this fight, right? And tell me what that pumpkin exactly contributes to the fight. Because he didn't even walk there, you know? So I feel like you don't really use him for the second skill as much. Use the second skill, like, even if I take that, like, what is that gonna do realistically, right? So yeah, I don't know. That's just my thoughts. Again, like, you can say that I'm salty, stuff like that. No, I'll definitely work on playing with other kings. I'll definitely work around with some strategies, right? We'll find it something that we can work with. The thing is, I do not want Leo to become unusable, right? I do not want him to become unusable. I still want him to be a very much playable king, and I feel like those upgrades may have been slightly a bit too much. But hey, we're testing, right? That's just my initial thoughts. We'll see by the end of the run. Do keep in mind that, again, we are pretty much using possibly the strongest combination of troops in this game, I would say, right? I don't think there is a troop that is as versatile as Geese, especially for their price, right? So yeah. Okay, we have this. And yeah, like, I'm very much confident that, yes, this run, we are winning, right? We are winning this run. That's not a question. The question is, if you're using other troops, if you're not as lucky with the rolls, are you gonna be able to win? Are you gonna be able to win by using grunts if you manage to roll for Leo, right? I don't think you are. I do not think you are gonna be able to do that. That's the main concern I have. That is the main concern I have. Okay, let's finish selling that. Let's go for the flour. We'll do that. We can top up on some geese as well while we're at it. Should be fine here. Yep. These stone dudes, they don't do too much damage, so we're okay there. Artifacts. Warrior troops preview. Receive a 10% boost. The only warriors I have are the little pumpkins, so I don't exactly care about that. So many unwanted troops. I hate to do this, right? I usually really don't like to sell for deny, but it seems like at this point I'm not able to sell fast enough. So that's the only option that I have. I'm still picking everything, but I'm gonna have to sell it off like that as well. Okay, let's do this. Release all of the troops that we have, and just continue selling, to be honest. I think I want one more geese, maybe? One more geese building, and we should be okay by then. Then again, look at this. I'm getting all of the stuff that I don't want. Piggy bank. Cheaper buildings, sure. Damage, sure. This one I don't care about, so we'll take the upgrade, I guess. Boost up our... We can't even boost our... Oh, there we go. Boost our geese a bit. I'm so close to having that. To be honest, I'll probably start selling wheat by now. temporarily at least, until we are able to get some more stuff from here. Okay, we got some metal. We can do a little bit of metal still. Fortunately, I'm gonna have to start selling this as well again. Okay, let's go back to wheat. Start selling our buildings. Look at this, 8 vineyards. I have 8 vineyards. I still have my very basic buildings. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Like, let me sell stuff. Let me sell stuff. Okay, let's build this. I'm not even taking the buildings as much anymore because honestly, I'm not gonna be able to sell them. I might as well take like the resources and stuff and upgrades. I'll even take spells at this point. Yeah, screw that. Let's go for this. Building upgrade. Lovely. But before we take that, we have to make sure that we don't actually have anything that we don't want. So, yeah, we can sell that. We can sell that. Okay, what do we have? I will take a vineyard. Market, sure. You need a little bit of extra. Oh, there should have been a... There should have been a forest there. I just realized. To boost up both of those. Or also what I could do is... Let me do this. Let's open this and let's place the forest in here. I'm not gonna use it, but it's mostly gonna be there just to boost the 4 tiles around it, right? That's why I've started doing recently, and I really like this sort of like a passive boost strategy. So we don't even have enough water. Well, I guess we're gonna stack some water by now. Let's do that. Let's stack up on some water a bit, and then we'll go back to wood production. Perfect. And now let's actually place it here. This will boost the well as the mill itself. Okay, so we do this and this. Let's see the fight. Not an upgrade. It is an upgrade. I do want to get rid of all this then. Perfect. Yeah, I mean, Goose are gonna get rid of all of this like mass stuff. That's not even a question. I don't have anything to upgrade, so I'm getting resources by now. That's a little wild. We are approaching the maximum amount of gold. That's perfect. Let's go for a little bit of infrastructure. We can place that here and temporarily, right? Let's just stack up on water so I don't have to think about it later. We get the concert hall. I do like the concert hall there. I'll place the concert hall there. We do need a bit of gold for it though. We will also place... Wait, let me sell that. So, boom. And we'll place the concert hall in there as soon as we have the gold. There we go. Now our stuff is working super fast. We are very close to the last... Actually, that's probably not even the last upgrade yet. But yeah, we wipe this out. Perfect. Get some boosts. Get some more vineyards that I'm definitely gonna use. Might as well drop this, to be honest. Okay, we'll pick the Buddhist temple. I mean, that is free stuff. That is free boosts anyway. So it's not a bad thing to have. I would prefer to get an upgrade to it though, right? Because if I can't even get the upgrade for it, then it doesn't exactly have much use for me. Let's get rid of that. Let's sell this off. Sell. We can keep that for now. We got an upgrade, which we can start putting on some of these tiles, I suppose. Yeah, we definitely have lower morale. With strong troops, it's not gonna be an issue, right? As you can see, like, these are still gonna be able to wipe through it. Are the weaker troops gonna be able to wipe through it? I don't think so. I do not think the weaker troops are gonna be able to wipe through that. I generally don't think they will be able to. What I'm gonna do is get rid of some of these, by the way. And we'll start placing these. They don't do anything yet, right? but if I do get an upgrade for it, it will be a big boost. Perfect. We have that. We have more than enough water by now, so we can replace it with wood here, and let's, you know what, more wood. Why? I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. Yeah, we can't really do much anymore. To be honest, the run is pretty much ending by now, so the run is pretty much ending. Another small problem that I have, right? Once you're closer towards the end of the run, like, look at this. All of these, right? All of this I could have sold for morale, right? So even if I start producing buildings at this pace, right, I'm not getting any value from them because I'm not able to sell them fast enough. That's the thing I'm a bit worried about as well. Okay, so we'll get rid of this. Let's place this here. Ooh, I didn't take it. Buddhist temple. Okay, we got the production boost. We have the free rerolls, which I'm not gonna lie, aren't exactly useful anymore. We'll take the stuns, we'll take the upgrade, and we'll take the fireworks. And okay, let's take the rider upgrades. So yeah, I mean, the run is ending by now. We can just do a little bit of that, I guess. We can place a hospital. I mean, really not much else I can place instead of it, to be honest. Concert hall, I guess, right? Like, what else? I don't need that. We might as well. Oh, but I don't have any gold, I just realized. Let's quickly earn a little bit of gold. Just a tiny bit. So we can place another concert hall. I don't even know if the second hall works. Or the third one, I guess. But yeah, I mean, the end of the run. Boost this up, why not? So we ended up at 200 morale. Usually I end up with around 700. Upgrade wise, we haven't even done the fourth one. And usually I have the fifth one by the week like 150 or something like that. So that's quite bad, I would say. But yeah, overall, I don't know. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move these here so that they work while I'm producing troops. Okay, so let's just finish the run, right? We do have plenty of wheat, so we'll be able to just keep producing goose. I don't know, boys. I don't know. Is Leo still usable? Like, can you win with him? Obviously, as you can see, you can definitely win with him if you use very strong troops. I think you're gonna be able to win with him with Geese pretty easily. You should be able to win with Worms pretty easily. And if maybe like some cheaper troops like Assassins and Archers are gonna be okay as well. If you're gonna be using any off-meta troops, any like weaker troops, I don't think you're gonna win. I do not think you're gonna win. You're not able to sell everything. As you can see, I would have sold like 20 extra buildings from here at least. You're not gonna be able to skill up your last skill, and even if you are, by the time you skill it up by like week 300, it has absolutely no value, right? Because those Griffons, if you can get the Griffons very early on, I'm talking like week 100, they are gonna be a massive help to your team until you actually get the troops that you want maxed out, right? If you don't get the Griffons from here that early on, Griffons by the time you are at like week 250, week 300, they mean absolutely nothing. They are not that useful. If the maximum level troop, like once you fully max out the third skill, if that troop was not a Griffon but something stronger, I would say maybe it would be worth pushing for, right? And I'm talking like proper strong, like, I don't know, at least a minimum and upgraded Hydra, right? With like 2000 HP, all of that. In that case, I would say maybe it's worth pushing for. at the moment, pushing for some extra morale and for a tiny bit of extra tankiness with the Griffon is not worth it. It's generally not worth pushing for level 5 upgrade. I don't think it's even worth pushing for level 4 because 250 is not a lot, right? But if you keep in mind that all of that metal and all of the flour can go into producing a lot of gold, because 250 of each is gonna be 1.5k gold, and that is a full vision upgrade from 6 tiles to 7 tiles. And a vision upgrade is gonna be way more useful than the 1 point of extra morale. The pumpkins going into a mushroom upgrade, which honestly pumpkins are even better, I would say, in a lot of cases. So yeah, pushing for level 2, level 3 pretty easily, right? Like even with the double cost, I'm okay with it. But the increased cost at level 4, level 5, definitely not viable. This cooldown needs to be lowered. I would say 20 seconds would be a good time, because with 20 seconds you would at least have a chance to actually sell majority of the stuff, right? Because at the moment I wasn't able to sell even half of what I wanted to sell at 40 seconds. So yeah, selling is definitely way too high. I would say 20 seconds would be good. 30 seconds may be workable, but even then you would struggle selling everything. But yeah, overall, I don't know. Leo is still playable. You'll still be able to beat it on threat level 10 with OP troops, right? You will struggle a bit with weaker troops. You definitely won't be able to beat it with off-meta troops, I would say. But yeah, overall, we'll see how it goes. I don't think I will be playing Leo any longer, unfortunately. I feel like he's way too weak. I'm gonna try to experiment with some other kings. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Let me know your thoughts about Leo, especially if you are someone who has been playing him primarily as well. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and peace.